Thank you so much for attending my presentation about the top 5 most terrifying new Mega Evolutions, and real quick, I've got to say a few things. First, spoiler warning for ZA. It's been a while for both the regular game and the DLC, but I want to be careful. I'm also using these Pokemon's leaked stat totals here, so if you care about spoilers there, then fair warning. Second, this is all my opinion. I'm not being very objective. These are the Pokemon that make me feel the most negative emotions about the future of both VGC and singles. I don't care about which ones are necessarily the best. With that out of the way, I want to start out with a more unconventional pick, Mega Malamar. This might sound a bit weird since its stat line is absolutely abysmal. Its highest number is 120, that being its special defense, its attack is 102, and then nothing else is triple digits. Genuinely, that is horrific, especially for a Mega Pokemon. But here's why I'm actually worried about this. What fucking horrifying god-killing ability are they going to give this shit to make up for those numbers? I know that Game Freak isn't the most concerned with balancing, but they just have to see how poor Mega Malamar looks on paper right now. I've seen people theorizing shit like Trick Room being set once it Mega evolves, and to be honest, I wouldn't be that surprised. I'm not scared because of what it is right now, I'm scared because of what it might become. Second is Mega Dragonite, and honestly, it's for somewhat similar reasons. It just has way more going for it right now than Malamar. Real potential mon versus actualized success type stuff here. Dragonite is already an absolute threat both in singles and VGC, and the mere prospect of it getting 100 more stats isn't what I'm excited about. The stats they ended up going with are pretty damn good too. It's notably faster and bulkier, plus gets a monster 145 special attack. It does lose 10 attack points, which is rough, but with its extra bulk, it'll be dishing out very consistent damage. But again, the ability potential is what I'm really worried about. There's absolute disaster cases like Aerialate, imagine extreme speed off of that, but even a more reasonable one could be a problem. This is probably the most boring Pokemon on this list, as it's basically just a big ball of stats with a question mark at the end of it, but Mega Dragonite is still absolutely in a position to be terrifying. Mega Magearna is functionally the opposite of Mega Malamar, an absurd stat line with buff numbers and both attacking stats plus speed, the best type combination in the entire game, access to a move pool that makes me physically ill, and the worst part is that I bet it retains access to its ability Soul Heart, which boosts its special attack whenever any Pokemon dies, or imagine if it gets something better. The possibilities are fucking endless. This thing will be a menace. Thankfully, we probably don't have to deal with it in VGC, but in singles, have fun. This basically just adds more insane Magearna sets to worry about into its already deep pockets. For example, imagine Shift Gear Magearna, but it is buffed attack and speed, so it actually hits really hard after just one boost, and then it kills something with Iron Head, and oops, now it's a +1 special attack and is ready to rip your physical check in half with Fleur Cannon. Dealing with this alongside the potential of Assault Vest or Calm Mind Leftovers or God forbid a Z Crystal if Champions adds that will be headache inducing. This thing, pre-Mega, had some of the most destructive power in Pokemon history, and now it's only getting better. I think it's going to do great. Mega Tatsugiri is just more evidence to support that video I made over a year ago. Dondozo will never die. In VGC, no matter what the format is, the fish has a place. Even when Miraidon was everywhere, even in formats where it can be O-code, even when there's Pokemon that can turn off its ability, it always gets results. Mega Tatsugiri is just another way for it to stay relevant, in this case helping patch up one of its biggest problems, Tatsugiri's passivity. Currently, Dondozo teams are always wary of how they use Tatsugiri. It doesn't do that much on its own, although it can be very valuable, and is liable to getting knocked out quickly, meaning it can just be a dead slot sometimes, but with a Mega, now it's living longer, dealing much more damage, and can even outrun a bunch of stuff with a solid 92 speed stat. Alone, it's not the best Pokemon ever, but imagine playing against a Dozogiri team where you killed a Dozo, and now your prize is having to handle a 135 special attack Pokemon with one of the best defensive types in the game. Sounds like a really cool time. I don't know how the hell its ability is going to work with the Mega. There's a world where it's really not that bad, but I don't know, man. Dondozo getting another tool freaks me out a little bit, especially one that can actually be consistently brought outside of Dozo mode. Oh, and just for fun, Glamora also gets a Mega Evolution, you know, another Pokemon commonly seen on Dondozo teams, that all of a sudden gets a Mega. Awesome. But for me, number one was always going to be the same, Mega Lucario Z. I mean, this thing is a monster. 164 special attack and 151 speed is just so damn high, especially since its bulk isn't horrific. It's a glass cannon, but more so bulletproof glass. It can take some hits if it needs to. Plus, it gets access to Nasty Plot, boosting its already sky-high special attack by 2 stages. Stopping this thing next to Redirection will not be fun and basically requires a spread move, something that can consistently be played around. Oh, and if you try to pick it off with a priority move or something, it does Vacuum Wave itself to stuff that out. Plus, we don't even know its ability yet. It already looks like one of the best megas straight up, and it's not even at its full potential. Malamar and Dragonite were cases where I was saying, we'll have to see how good the ability is, at least to some extent, but here I'm saying, if it gets a halfway decent ability, Mega Lucario Z is going to be absolutely disgusting. In conclusion, Legend ZA added a whole bunch of new megas, many of which are very dangerous. I had a hard time picking this list for that exact reason. I left out Delphox, Skarmory, Starmie, Clefable, Zygarde Complete, Zeraora, Heatran, Darkrai, and Baxcalibur, all of which could be justifiably placed on this list. But here, I just wanted to highlight some of the ones that I'm the most worried about as we look for the champion's release. And despite my tone today, I'm very excited. Thank you so much for watching.